Here we go. Derek Lunsford versus Keone Pearson. This is the 2021 Olympia winning version for Derek. Keone 2023 Texas Pro just happened. His best. And to date, this was Derek Lunsford's best. Keone rather, I apologize. Keone, he placed very poorly at this Olympia. So to compare that version of Keone would be foolish. This Keone is far superior to all other versions of himself, I would say. Not too many people can match the likes of Derek Lunsford in the V-taper, lats, midsection, but Keone, giving him a run for the money, for his money. Derek, maybe a little bit more pronounced. I don't know, though. Arms look slightly better for Keone. Interesting. Wheels are good for both guys, I would suggest. Nobody really with a massive, impressive set of calves. Maybe an edge to Derek. But I would say, if I were to guess, now this is picture footage, of course, you can't tell for sure, but I would guess Derek's thin skin, things of that nature, would be a next step up. But who are we to say? Now this is 212 for each. Now watch Derek. See him grow into the open class? Made him a little bit shorter here because he's bending at both knees and he's standing flat foot. He was kind of doing a tippy toe type thing in 212. But he is flat foot back to back. He is a little bit taller than Keone. But when you're bending at the knees, it takes it a little bit away from your head. But that's nor here nor there. Derek Lunsford is massive. He is huge. And in the front double, it was close in 212. Like I said, probably an edge to Derek for the condition, but, mass, guys, mass. Good separation in the arms for Keone. It's a good comparison, guys. Here's the front lat spread. Telling you, these guys are a match made in heaven. Thin skin, things of that nature. You're not really going to see too much in pictures, but you can kind of see it. You can kind of make that out there that Keone, he's good. But he's no Derek Lunsford. Midsection, Derek's midsection's a little bit better. Chest, Keone's chest, pectoral separation, that's going to give him an edge. Both guys with booming lats, like the width of these guys. Now, here is the open class for Derek. His face, he looks different facially. He probably had to deplete so much to get to 212. That is, he had the death face. Then you get a carb up, right? To my understanding. Separation, I just like this one a little bit better for Keone. If you know what I'm saying. Yeah, anyway, turn to the side here. From the front, Keone was a match for Derek, but when you turn to the side, that detail, even in pictures you can see it. In the side of the leg, the hanging hamstring, which Keone has improved upon, I should say. But I mean, upper body. He needs to twist and open up a little bit more to show them who you are. And yeah, he'd be closer to Derek, but I mean, lower half, guys. It's a knockout shot. Keone was a master of holding that leg straight. He's even holding himself taller, and that's why I sized them. Oh, here's the open class. I'm trying to talk here, guys. The staff changing the pictures. Yes, he is a master holding the legs straight because he was from Classic. That's why. Derek bending at the knees just slightly more, rendering them close to being the same height, but not the same size. Derek is a Hostetler. Huge, and that detail can't be matched. I would wager to say couldn't be matched. Now, this is Keone Pearson's only chance is to win in these back shots, guys. But realistically, it is maybe a strong point for Derek. Keone, he's leaning back into the shot. Creates a lot of thickness in those lats. Although it's worth to mention, with all due respect to Keone, I know this sounds mean, guys, but compared to Derek, he's slightly less symmetrical. One lat, a little bit bigger than the other, but a lot of thickness there. Thick. Condition, it's obvious to me. Derek, glutes, hamstrings, peeled, pizzled, shredded. Here's the open. Interesting. Derek leans way back, creates some thickness. Genetically speaking, genetically speaking, but lat for lat, Keone's lats almost look a little bit thicker. But you pan back, guys, and the separation, what do you want to call it, muscle maturity. If you believe in muscle maturity. Hey, if you don't, that's up to you. You got to go with Derek. And like I said, guys, he's not only leaning back, maybe further than Keone, but he's bending at the knees, substantial knees, baby please. Parappa. And condition was improved for Keone. Worth to mention, here's the rear double. And yeah, it's just a thicker, more stout, powerfully built athlete, and you can really see the lat insertions here for Derek Lunsford. Leans back a little bit more. Peeled, shredded, and more peeled, I would wager to say, than Keone Pearson. And here is the open. Very impressive. Very impressive. It's not like Derek Lunsford wasn't already one of the best bodybuilders. If you look back at the history of my channel, you guys were requesting Derek Lunsford 212 versus Big Rammy, things of that nature. You guys already knew how good he was. And this is just a little bit more massive. Is he any more conditioned, though, Derek Lunsford, than he was in 212? Well, I don't know. I think he might be a little bit more separated. Maybe it said he's not flexing his hamstrings, but he is definitely more separated in those hamstrings. Wheels, of course, bigger. Might be even a little wider in the lats. Might not look wider, but yeah, I measured it. He's a little, maybe just a hair wider in the lats, and delts are bigger. But yeah, look at the hamstrings, guys. What do you think? I think he's more conditioned, 212. But so much bigger that you would... The best overall package is the open class for Derek Lunsford. And get that hamstring separation for this year. Abs and thigh, hey, I would go with Keone Pearson. Might be more conditioned overall with Derek Lunsford, but in this shot, you can see the feathering, which is quite impressive. The obliques stick out, and as far as the IFBB judges are concerned, they judge this one. This one. Tyler Mannion did a video on the side tricep, and they do not judge when they hold their leg like this. So that is good to know. That actually changes the way I will judge the side tricepsies, baby please, from now on. Which there was no side tricep in this one. Fittingly. Keone didn't have a close-up shot. Here's the open class. And yeah, there is a couple of shots that I would have given it to Derek 212 over the open. I mean, he's going to stand a better chance against the big boys being as big as he can be. But a slightly smaller version of himself versus a slightly larger version. It's not going to be like he's outsized that much. So yeah, I'd give the ab and thigh to the 212. But Keone Pearson, I would still, he's good, guys. He's getting maybe a couple of shots. Namely, that front double he was giving. Here's the most muscular to end this one. That front double. And that's hard to do. To match that physique of Derek Lunsford. Derek, he's kind of leaning forward to do a crab, bending at the knees. I kind of made him a little bit shorter here. But I don't know if I like him in this. His head's very thin now. Now watch this. When he goes to open, see, his head's different. Same thing happened to Kai Green. From 2012 to 2013, his head grew. His head got bigger. So yeah, sizing. I'm sure somebody will get me on my case. But Mark's max muscle, Keone is an inch shorter. You made Derek shorter in all of these shots. Well, maybe this one, but he, like I said, substantially, baby please, is the bending of those knees. Yeah. Ended on a rhyme. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. Thank you for giving your thumbs ups on the previous video. And this is my 3001st video. Oh, look. The crab position. We're going to end with this one, I suppose. And Keone, maybe not the best shot for him. But it's interesting that we end on this. I would like to speak with you guys for just 1 second. And this does concern that side tricepsies, baby please, Tyler Mannion was discussing. Now, there's two totally different, as we've seen. There's your hands clasped, hands on hips, most muscular, which you could judge. But you can't compare a crab position with one of those. I would wager to say maybe I guess you can't really call one their own pose. I would add another pose, but maybe have to have them do two poses. The hands on hip or the hands clasped. Judge that, and then have it mandatory that they do the crab position, because the crab position, most muscular, is maybe one of the very first ever bodybuilding poses. So we're losing it year after year. We're getting less and less bodybuilders doing this crab position, because if one guy's doing the hands clasped, you can't very well do the most muscular crab position and hope the judges can compare the two and maybe make a call on it. So just a thought, if they're coming out and letting the fans know that they do not do that front side tricep, they go full to the leg to the side. That's now that we understand that, be interesting how they judge this most muscular. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Have a great one.